The Dark Side of DARPA Vertical Bar, the Human Cost of Technological Supremacy. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as DARPA, is widely recognized as the most prominent research agency within the United States government. It is primarily responsible for the development of groundbreaking technologies, many of which have had wide-ranging effects. There is a more disturbing narrative that lies beneath DARPA's desire for technological superiority, even though it is frequently praised for its breakthroughs that have revolutionized the world, such as the internet, GPS, and stealth technology. Concerns have been expressed about ethics, the human cost of innovation, and the broader ramifications for society as a result of the darker side of the unrelenting pursuit of breakthrough technology by the Defense Breakthrough Research Projects Agency, DSA. To ensure that the United States of America would never again be technologically outperformed by an adversary, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. DARPA was established in 1958 as a response to the launch of Sputnik by the Soviet Union. Aiming to forecast the future of warfare and out-innovate prospective dangers is the objective of this organization. On the other hand, the competition for military and technical superiority has resulted in initiatives that have been met with controversy, particularly in the fields of bioengineering, artificial intelligence, surveillance, and autonomous weaponry. There have been instances in which the pursuit of innovation has resulted in a considerable loss of human life, which has given rise to ethical concerns and prompted inquiries into the accountability of the organization. Developing systems that are capable of making judgments without the need for human interaction is one of the accomplishments of the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. A project that falls under this category is the development of autonomous weapons, which are popularly referred to as killer robots. Because these machines can recognize and engage targets without the supervision of a person, severe ethical difficulties are raised. When a machine commits a mistake, what consequences does it have? If an autonomous drone violates international rules of war or targets civilians, who is responsible for bearing the consequences? DARPA's work is surrounded by several serious issues, one of the most significant of which is the possibility that AI-driven warfare could eliminate the need for human ethical judgment in situations of life and death. Privacy concerns have been highlighted by DARPA's artificial intelligence projects even beyond the battlefield. The government has been working on developing sophisticated surveillance systems that can track individuals through the use of facial recognition, behavioral patterns, and even biometrics, such as heartbeats. Although these technologies may be justifiable for national security, they have the potential to be exploited, which could endanger civil rights and enable the government to conduct surveillance on a scale that has never been seen before. There is a delicate balance that must be maintained between personal freedom and national security, and the breakthroughs that have been made by DARPA could tip the scales in the direction of an era of constant monitoring and the degradation of privacy. The Department of Advanced Research Projects Agency contributes to the development of biotechnology, particularly in the field of human improvement. The Defense Advanced Research Studies Agency has provided funding for studies that aim to develop super soldiers that possess increased physical and cognitive capabilities. By way of illustration, the research being conducted on brain-computer interfaces aims to either enable soldiers to operate machines with their minds or to improve cognitive function while they are under pressure. This may boost performance on the battlefield. Nevertheless, it also presents significant ethical problems. To what extent does technology like this have an effect on the human brain over time? Are there potential dangers of exploitation, in which soldiers are regarded as throwaway tools that can be improved upon and then discarded? Research conducted by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, in the field of bioengineering extends even further, exploring subjects such as genetic modification. Gene drives, even though they may have positive effects, may have unforeseeable ecological repercussions, which may have an impact on entire ecosystems in ways that we are unable to predict. There are also concerns regarding the military applications of genetic engineering. For example, may the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, develop biological weapons or viruses meant to target specific populations? There is a rising concern regarding the potential for these technologies to be misused. Enhancements are not the end of the agency's experimentation with human biology. They continue without end. Research on sleep deprivation, pain tolerance, and physical endurance are some of the topics that have been investigated by DARPA as part of its involvement in initiatives that aim to push the boundaries of human endurance. There are occasions when the drive to outperform competitors can result in a lack of transparency and ethical monitoring, which places the welfare of humans in a position of secondary importance to the advancement of technology. Many of the technologies developed by DARPA have the potential to be used in both civilian and military settings, which is referred to as having dual-use potential, has contributed to the spread of drones in civilian life, which has raised worries about privacy and security. In a similar vein, authoritarian regimes may simply tailor monitoring techniques driven by artificial intelligence to stifle dissent and maintain control over populations. One of the parts of DARPA's work that is not as well recognized is the organization's participation in studies about psychology and behavior. Experiments in mind control, cognitive warfare, and even attempts to affect thought patterns through technology means are included in this category of activities. Even though some of these initiatives have been carried out in the name of national security, they raise significant ethical questions regarding the manipulation of human awareness and free will. Another facet of DARPA's activities that may be considered problematic is the absence of public accountability. Because many of the agency's programs are classified, the agency conducts its operations with a great degree of discretion. Because of this lack of transparency, it is difficult for the general public or even government oversight agencies to have a complete understanding of the activities that are being carried out by DARPA. Furthermore, it is impossible to disregard the possibility that technological superiority could be a source of conflict on a global scale, particularly China and Russia, which are working on technologies that are comparable to those at DARPA. Artificial intelligence-driven combat becomes a reality. In this perspective, the activity of DARPA, while essential to preserving the military superiority of the United States, may contribute to the instability of the global community. The ethical treatment of human subjects when they are used in research that is financed by DARPA is another area that has to be scrutinized. There are problems with the informed consent of participants. Even though the agency frequently collaborates with civilian research institutes and private enterprises, projects that involve human enhancement, brain-computer interfaces, and behavioral modification have the potential to have long-term consequences on humans that cannot be reversed. One of the most important things that can be done to prevent exploitation is to make sure that these projects follow ethical norms, which include transparency and voluntary involvement. In conclusion, it is indisputable that DARPA plays a crucial role as the driving force behind technological innovation. A significant number of the technologies that it has developed have greatly contributed to the improvement of the current world. Nevertheless, the more sinister aspect of its pursuit of technological superiority is something that must be overlooked. Autonomous weaponry, mass surveillance, bioengineering, and the possibility of human manipulation are all examples of aspects of technological advancement that raise significant ethical concerns regarding the human cost of technical advancement. There must be a comparable drive for accountability, transparency, and ethical oversight. This is necessary to guarantee that technical superiority does not come at the expense of humanity itself. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment below to let us know what you think.